Okay, real quick, now we're going to do a quick review of prime factorization. Okay, and what prime factorization states is that any composite number can be written as the product of prime numbers. So for instance, 12 being a composite number can be written as 2 times 2 times 3, the product of primes. Okay. And you can do that any composite number. And how do we get there? We use a factor tree to be able to write the prime factorization. And so for instance, number 90, right, we take our composite number, we break it into any two factors of 90, so 9 times 10. If a number is composite, we break it down into two more factors. If it's prime, we're going to circle it. And we don't want to forget our first 7 prime numbers, right? Our 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and so on. We should definitely have at least these committed to memory, so when we see them, we know that they're prime. Okay. So if a number is not on this list, we know it's composite, and we need to break it into further factors. Okay, so 9 is composite, and 9 can be written as a product of 3 times 3, and 10 is composite and can be written as a product of 2 times 5. And if they're prime, we want to circle them. If they're composite, again, we're going to break it down further. So 90 is equal to, I'll take each prime number off the tree, 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And notice I wrote them in order from left to right. It's not required that it's written that way, but it makes things easier when we get into prime factorization for a greatest common factor and least common multiple. Okay. So real quick, one more example. The prime factorization was 84. I like to keep it simple. Keep the numbers small, and you'll see that things go a little easier for you. So I see that 84 is an even number, which means that it is a product of 2 times another number, 2 being prime. 84 divided by 2 is 42. 42 is another even number, so it's divisible by 2, which is prime, and 2 times 21. Now if I go back to my list of prime numbers, I see that 21 is not on that list because I already know that 21 is a product of 3 times 7, and 3 is on the list, it's prime, 7 is prime. So there's my factor tree for 84. This is just the work, this is not the prime factorization of 84. The prime factorization of 84 states that 84 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. This is the prime factorization of 84. Okay, so that's prime factorization using a factor tree.